this is the current situation with the layout. As you can tell, most of the track is laid. I switched over to Kato Unitrack, still staying in N scale. And what we're doing now is just fine tuning and tweaking locations of track and stuff like that. And then I'm kind of just marking where the switches are at and drilling holes for wire feeds. The switches are going to be manual throw for now, except for the ones in the back. I may wire those up to do them electronically so I'm not having to reach across the table. I picked up a couple of these flats on eBay, and so we'll try to figure out how to incorporate this into the backdrop somehow so that when you look back there you're not seeing the blinds. I think I said before that it's going to be a DCC setup, and yeah, so we've got a little staging area here. This will be an industry, and then there will be, this kind of turns into like a branch line here, goes up over there, there's a switch over there, an industry here, something will go here, and something will go here. And yeah, we got a couple of bridges as well. Trying to think of what the theme for this is going to be, because the original layout is the Chicago crossing, and I don't want to do Chicago. So I'm thinking maybe like, I don't know, like Western Maryland or Cumberland, Maryland, or Pittsburgh, something like that. Maybe even something down here in the southeast, like in the sand hills of North Carolina or something. I'm not really sure. I do know I want to have a little bit of a water scene, so I cut this out. And I've never really done water before, so I started putting plaster cloth in, but yeah, this is just kind of messing around, experimenting. Someplace on here, I'd like to have some kind of a tunnel. I'd like to have some kind of separation here so that you can't see the siding. And then, of course, a backdrop along there. And this whole thing is going to get pushed up against this door over here. And it'll be on casters when I do that. So, yeah, that's where we're at, basically, is just trying to get, like I said, the holes drilled to run the wires. I've got a bus or two that I'll put underneath this thing, and then we'll get that portion of it wired up so that at least the trains can run. And then after that, I'll look into doing things like wiring up these lights. I've got a couple of those light kits from Woodland Scenics that we'll do. So we'll put some of that in these buildings and stuff like that, so it's illuminated and stuff. And yeah, so that's kind of where we stand. That's really it for now. These are really cool. I'm gonna tell you, I found them on eBay. This guy makes them. He had a bunch of different options, you know, and I kind of wanted like a urban, not quite a downtown feel, but like I wanted it to be busier than like a countryside backdrop or something. So I thought this would be, like these apartment buildings and stuff, and like some kind of old shop or something that's a brewery now, and then of course a hospital. So yeah, that's it for now. Any questions, please just leave me a comment. It's much appreciated. Thanks.